9 out of 10 businesses surveyed say they're on the verge of collapse. That's according to Business for Ending Lockdown, which represents more than 50,000 mostly small to medium-sized enterprises. The organization says it wants the lockdown to end. Barry Bateman is following this story for us. He joins us live from Pretoria. So Barry, just how devastating has this lockdown been for small businesses?
Well, Shahan, as you just heard it there, 9 out of 10 businesses saying it's almost over. They've either shut down operations or they've just got months to survive. If you look at the way the lockdown has impacted big businesses and state-owned entities, we understand it's been rather minimal. The real pinch has been felt by those small to medium enterprises, which make up about half of the country's GDP. What we're saying, TransUnion in their study, they're saying that the default rate on debt could increase by 20% in the coming months for these small businesses. And on GDP, we could see, as a result of lockdown, a decrease of up to 13%. So very worrying figures coming out. They're saying, lift the lockdown, let's open the economy. They had a seminar today where they put out their facts and recommended what they'd like to see. Take a listen. The informal and small business sector contributes about half of South Africa's GDP.
9 out of 10 businesses are really struggling or temporarily closed. Only 9% are operating as normal, and only 1% are thriving.
The forecast isn't an optimistic one.
24% just didn't know whether they would survive, the next couple of months, where, 6% believed they would survive less than a month. 26% less than 3 months, and 17% less than 6 months. So that's, just under half our business community not believing that they'll last longer than 6 months.
And government needs to pay attention.
We've seen a colossal collapse in tax revenue over the last few months, from around about 1.4 trillion to about 1 trillion on an annualized basis. What you can see in those two lines is that the red line was already starting to underperform through the course of 2018 and 19. It was already deviating from that dotted trend there, whereas the spending chart has continued to climb.
Business for Ending Lockdown believes the road to recovery has 3 simple steps.
Number 1, we want lockdown to end. Number 2, we want the state of disaster lifted. And number 3, we want all regulations converted to voluntary recommendations.
He says that's the way to get the economy going, save lives and get back to normal. Barry Bateman, Pretoria.